Thank you, Comicstorian. That's essentially what I'm making this to say. Thank you, Comicstorian. Um, Recently, I found out that on the 8th of June, Comicstorian, a man by the name of Ben Potter, who we all collectively know from his YouTube channel and Twitch channel as Comicstorian, passed away. And, I just wanted to make this little tribute as a way of saying thank you for all the work that he put in, all the work he did, all the videos he made, where they be, the narrations, the retellings, the full stories, just all that, because he was greatly. I mean, okay, going back several years, like way before all this, before Moonlight Kingdom, before S&W Experience, before all that, before I was really into social media or any of that, I was just a kid in high school, and I really wasn't into comics like I used to be. Because way back in primary school days, I used to love comic books, loved all the superhero stuff and the stories and everything, but I didn't read as much as I used to when I got to high school. So, around about the time Logan was coming out, and I'd heard that they were potentially adapting elements of the Old Man Logan story, I decided to look into it and find out what the Old Man Logan story was, because I saw the trailer and I'm like, okay, let me see what this is about. And one of the things that was recommended to me upon inspecting that was two different videos came out. One was the death of Wolverine, and the other was the Old Man Logan story. But both those videos were made by Comicstorian. They were videos by Comicstorian about those events. The first of which that I can recall seeing was the Death of Wolverine story. This was before the movie had even come out. So I watched it, and just that Friday afternoon, I was sitting there and just I enjoyed pretty much every minute of it. I didn't have access to comics like I used to. I couldn't read them, and I couldn't go to the store to buy them every time a new one came out. But like, thanks to like Comicstorian and like this particular video, I learned like I didn't necessarily have to. I didn't necessarily have to buy each comic like as it came out. I didn't need to like look up like panels and see bits and pieces and just be satisfied with that. He helped me and a lot of people like me basically like rediscover a love for comic books and characters and the story arcs, and really filled me in on a lot of things that had been going on in the world of Marvel and DC while I wasn't reading the comics. Because, yeah, I watched movies and I played video games starring comic book heroes, but I didn't really keep in track of the comics. I don't know. I mean, I would play Ultimate Alliance, but I had no idea what the Superhero Registration Act even was. And then after seeing Death of Wolverine and the Old Man Logan stories, it became apparent to me that Comicstorian was a valuable source of info in filling in the blanks and keeping me better informed. It allowed me to know more about these characters and stories that I would go on to enjoy, whether they be in the MCU, the DCEU, or the various video games. It made those experiences more. I was there was It's like that Brad Pitt Leo DiCaprio meme of like, oh, there it is. There's that. You could see something on Comicstorian, and then when it pops up in a video game, like, oh, there's that thing from the comic book, or or like that Cap meme of like, I understood that reference, and there's a lot of things you would get in. There's a lot of context one can lack watching a movie or TV show or playing a video game. That, oh, if you didn't read the comic, you wouldn't get this, or you wouldn't know who this is or what this is about. And it definitely filled in a lot of those blanks. It provided more context. It made me able to, like, his channel helped me enjoy some of the stuff better. Like, I didn't read Bloodshot. I never read a Bloodshot comic in my life, but I saw a video he made about Bloodshot because like the Bloodshot movie was coming out. And I had no idea. I didn't know who Bloodshot was, so I looked into the video and I'm like, damn, this is pretty cool. And this idea is a pretty solid character. I mean, and the dramatic retellings with which he gave certain characters, whether heck, or even the funny retellings he gave to certain character stories and the voices he did, especially when it came to a Deadpool story, like Deadpool taking out the Marvel universe, or whenever some of my best, some of the favorite videos of his, my favorite videos of his were, well, the favorite, definitive favorite, without question, is the Death of Wolverine story. I really liked that story, and how, like, when the action would pick up, his voice would, he would raise the volume, and he would speak faster. But in the more somber moments, he would like speak more softly and like slow down, let the moment really rest. He would let the moment show off itself, and even until the ending, like right up to the ending, when Logan is, well, spoiler alert, Logan is encased in that adamantium. There was like this tinge of sadness to it. Like, you could feel what the panel wanted you to feel from reading it. Like, it was like you were, I don't know, listening to an audiobook, man. Like, it was good, man. I greatly appreciated the fact that I got to find out this story thanks to this guy. Like, this dude did a lot for me and others like me, and that, not just rediscovering the love of comics, but like, damn, I enjoy them a lot more than I did before. Like, when I get a hold of a comic, it's like, I can enjoy this. Like, hey, I'm caught up, not entirely. I didn't watch every video, but I could like see a random comic in the store and be like, oh yeah, this is the Tom King run, or oh yeah, this was like, oh yeah, this is that like Casada story. I didn't finish it, like, or I only saw like the first video, but like it's on like video, it's like comic 3 now. I do know what's going on. So, man, I have much respect, much admiration for like Benny and just the Comicstorian channel as a whole, retelling key stories, telling entire arcs, whether they be World War Hulk, or Ghost Rider in Hell, or Dylan Venom, just, or Deadpool, or anything, just everything they did. Avengers versus X-Men, Scott becoming Dark Phoenix. There's a lot of stuff on these channels that, a lot of stories I was able to really get into for the first time and enjoy, and greatly influenced, what kind of comics like I would look out for. Because not only look out for, but like I would be into, like, damn, let me see what this is about. It would be like, rather than going on to Wikipedia, like when Shang-Chi was announced, like, oh, this guy's getting a movie, and I'm like, who is Shang-Chi? I was I I did not know. I didn't fully comprehend, because there was no movie, there was no TV show or anything. So I, rather than, normally before, I would just go on this character's wiki and scroll through their entire publication history. I would just type in, like, I don't know, Shang-Chi Comicstorian. And there was, and like, lo and behold, there'd be a video. Like, or, well, oh, there was a, I don't, I don't know for sure if it went like that, but like, there was a video when I did look up Shang-Chi on Comicstorian. Like, there is a video on Shang-Chi, and I learned that apparently Shang-Chi helped Spider-Man, he taught Spider-Man karate, and he's this badass, like, Bruce Lee type. So when I see him in the movie, and he's this badass Bruce Lee type character, with these Jackie Chan ass fight scenes, I'm like, all right, just like in the comics, nice, or something like that. So yeah, not only just did it help with the things that I already enjoyed, it, like, the way in which he would narrate his videos, like narrating as if, like, it wasn't a case of, I'm just gonna tell you what happened and what people said. Like, no, it was told as if it was written down somewhere. Like, you were listening to an audiobook of a novelization. Like, someone turned this comic into a novelization, and like, you were listening to that audiobook. And you even got all like the onomatopoeia and, stuff like that. And you had like his thoughts on what transpired at the end. And heck, I even enjoyed when he would do like, I think it was a Batman video or a Deadpool video, but at the end, like, out of nowhere, he just like popped up with this Deadpool mask, like, hey, it's just like, I don't know if he said fat pool or something. I don't know. he just popped up with the Deadpool mask on, and he had something to say. I didn't know what he said, but like I remember, like, what the he just be popping up with the mask. Like, what's happening here? Oh, oh my god, man! Like oh man, it was it was a lot of things watching a comic story video, man. Like he definitely influenced it. Let me hearing these stories and the stories that were told, the way they were told. It also like not only did he like show off all these stories, but he also introduced me to other channels that were similar, like Comics Explained with that guy Rob and stuff like that. And I got to enjoy like I get to delve into comics lore more. I have to delve more into like Marvel and DC, and then what was it, Valiant? Yeah, and it really, damn, I was. It just I like this stuff. I like this kind of stuff. I like comic books. I like Marvel and DC. I like superheroes. I like the super villain stories. And you could tell this guy really enjoyed this stuff too, because one of the last videos I remember seeing was a video about Comicstorian. I think it was called Comicstorian Sucks. I don't know. It like drew my attention like, wait, what? No. What are you doing? Like, are you quitting? Man, is that what's going on here? This channel does not suck. What's going on here? And I think, but it turns out it wasn't what we thought it was. Because previously there was a video where he was saying that things weren't going like the pandemic really jacked things up because he had this team and he had all this stuff going on, and you know so many things he wanted to. I remember a video he did where he said he wanted to do more. He didn't just want to do like the popular comics that everyone knew, or like, oh hey, there's a big Marvel movie or TV show coming and that we're gonna do a video about this particular arc that they're adapting because that's what gets the most views. He was smart with what he did. He didn't just do this like, okay, I'm gonna do you know random stories and just move on from that, or I'm gonna do what's popping right now and only that. No, he clearly had like comic books and characters that he wanted to cover, that he wanted to talk about, and that he visibly enjoyed discussing. And then he was saying like, yeah, he would do these comic stories, no, not particularly the ones that he wanted to do, but the ones that were coming up, like, oh, Secret Invasion is coming. We're going to do a video on Secret Invasion because it's topical and it's going to get a lot of views. And the algorithm, like, really likes when we do stuff like that to coincide with a big release. But we can't really rely on that. We can't, those big Marvel or DC releases you can't make a business off of that. Like, you can't, there's not much sustainability because there are those huge gaps, like those 6 to 8 months where there is no Marvel or superhero thing going on, where there's nothing happening. So to build a channel around those popular stories or those topical stories, it's not sustainable in the long run. It'll be this big boost when it happens, but like in the long run, where there is no big Marvel movie coming down the pike, there is no TV show currently on streaming, then it's like, oh man, like the views would drop significantly. So while he did do those topical, you know, videos on Marvel or DC, he also made time. He was smart enough to be like, yeah, I'm also gonna do this other stuff that I want to do. We're gonna have multiple channels instead of just the singular issues in as a part of a larger arc. We will have those full comic story and videos that cover the arc in its entirety, whether it be World War Hulk or like Null showing up. And I thing is, like, we got Venom 3 coming and there's the symbiotes invading. When I saw that, like when I saw like Venom facing off against another symbiote and a bunch of symbiotes from space coming and Venom saying his home has found us, I immediately thought of like, oh wait, that comic story video, like of Null, like God of the Symbiotes. That's it. Definitely, you know, was the thing that came to mind. Like, oh wait, I know this story, the King in Black and all that stuff. Like King in Black, is that his name? I don't know for sure, but yeah. So this greatly and the just I love I loved this channel. To sum it all up, I love this channel. It helped me a lot. And it also influenced not just the kind of topics, the kind of not just the kind of comics I read and the kind of movies that I would look into based off like the videos I saw and the kind of arcs that the kind of comics that I would enjoy watching, but it also influenced like my writing. Like most don't know this on here, but like I like to write. I write stories in my meantime and in the off time, and there are elements in a lot of the arcs that I would watch. In a lot of the comic books that I would watch, I mean, the videos that I would watch, the comic story videos, there are bits and pieces of those retellings that I'm like, damn, that was good. Like, I'm gonna like take bits and pieces out. Like, I'm gonna take some of that and apply it to my writing. Not just my writing, but the style of writing. Very much in the past, when I would write something, it was very matter of factly. Here's what happened, and here's what someone said. And then, like, when you see these videos and you see the narration, and he explains, like, when someone collapsed, exasperated, or it's like in the past, I would just write, "This guy collapsed." But now it would like thanks to Comicstorian and Rob Explained and other YouTubers and such dramatic retells of comic books and stories, it's like he collapsed, exasperated from the long, arduous battle. It's like, damn, go into depth. Don't just say, here's what happened. Say how it happened or why it happened, or stuff like that. And he would do that in his videos. So, like, man, I greatly, this channel did a lot for me. Let me say that. This man, no, I've never met him, but like, I've seen tons of videos that he was in, and I have great respect for him and all he accomplished with those videos. Like, to see how far his channel's gone, to see all he's done, all the videos, the playlists, the level of love and respect and admiration that he's managed to garner from people all across social media and in like YouTube and whatever, the dozens of people who showed up on the feed when I found out that he'd passed away, to see all the people on the feed who said RIP, they show how much he meant to them, like the impact he had on people. There are those who met him and can come forward and say, man, when I met him, he was this, and it was really cool. And there will be those who haven't, who never met him and will speak on like to show like, damn, this guy and what he did influenced my life in such a positive way. And I'm so sad to hear that he's gone. Um, yeah, I'm not really good at this part, so it's like, so I just wanted yeah, that's what I did all this for, to say thank you, Comicstorian. You're really the comment your channel and everything you did on it, all your videos and everything, whether it be some of my favorite stuff, Old Man Logan, Death of Wolverine, uh Rain, like Null coming down, it's just the Spider-Man from, if that one arc, that one full story where every Spider-Man story was made into one continuity, like he somehow made that sound not so ridiculous. Like when I found out that that story existed, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like he's like 80 years old, and like what the, this is stupid. This isn't gonna make any sense. But like he broke it down in a way that's like not only made sense but was kind of funny in some places. Like, but yeah, like Deadpool stories and all that, Batman, Superman, even the new Superman, the Superman in China, the John Kent Superman, and all those stories. And when you would lay into like aspects of the MCU and you would discuss that, like all those things, I just got, I can always say thank you. And, will will always be remembered. Like, you're a real legend and closest thing like YouTube ever had to a real life superhero. So yeah, um, that's all I got to say. This has been a tribute to this has been a tribute to Ben Potter, aka Comicstorian. Rest in peace. You will be truly missed, and we'll always, you know, will we, we'll always be, you'll be remembered fondly, not just by me, but everyone who's ever watched a comic story and video, everyone who's ever liked, shared, or subscribed. You will remember you, man. Thanks, thank you, and goodbye, farewell.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you win. Easier to break it off best friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled.
It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone. It's so cold outside.
Break down, always feel like I could break now, but I never let it take me to that place now. I won't ever let my thoughts get away now. I got better things to do, picking fate now. I just wanna be the best, call me great now. I don't know if I'm okay or insane now. I remember better days on the playground, hoping I can find my way. Even when I'm feeling down, I fight. Even when I don't know what is right, I'ma pick a side and I'ma take pride. I will decide my fate and I will never let them tell me who I am. If you try to shake me, I'll be damned. Planet on the ground is where I stand. Never give up, that was always the plan.
It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold